Hey there, everybody. This is Tommy G.
And PJ.
And we're coming at you from the Swagger Center again. This is the midway point, Game 9. The Overdogs are going to be hosting the Wideloads today. This is first half of the season. They played the majority of their games at home. 6 home games to 3 away games. And after this, they switched to the opposite kind of a schedule. They're mostly on the road with only one more home stand. And as they come in here, they are the leaders of the Monster Division with a 6-2 record, 75%, and 21 run differential. Pete?
That's right. They took a big win from the Crocodiles, who they were tied up with, tied for first place with as of last week, earlier this week, and really exploded offensively like we hadn't seen all season. So they're going to need that as they move into the final half of the season and start making their way toward the playoffs.
Yes.
Tom?
Well, they're going to be well positioned after this game. Even if they lose, they'd be 6-3, twice as many wins as losses. That's nothing to complain about.
No, sir. But that's the thing is we don't want to let down now. I mean, especially as we go into the second half, we want to start really revving up the engines. We want to be playing our best baseball, just as we start sliding into those last 3 games of the season.
Absolutely. Just looking at the home run leaders in the league there's no dogs on there. Not really a home run team, but they do have a ton of RBIs. Anyway, looking at today's game, the Wideloads are 4-4, playing 500 ball. They are second place in their division, which is the Epic Division, right behind the Water Bullets. So good luck there. The Wideloads are power hitters, mostly power. They got good defense and speed, though, and the relief pitching ain't bad either. So they're a team to go against. They're starting on the mound. They've got Chug Bourbony, who's
Chug Bourbony.
Yeah, 0-2, not so good. A 6.75 ERA, but Chug will be going up on the mound against Larry LaJoy, who's done well for the Overdogs. He's 1-0 with 3.97 ERA and a 1.24 WHIP.
That's true. They match up pretty good. Again, the ERA going to LaJoy, but both with a 1.1, Bourbonnais with a 1.17 and LaJoy with a 1.24 WHIP. So LaJoy's got the win. Bourbonnais got 2 losses. So they match up pretty good. The Wideloads, for notable players, H. Liner, their third baseman, is having a heck of a season. He's hitting .267 with a home run. He's got great power, great connection, and better than average speed. D. Hicks at first base, again, great power, great connection, and about average speed. He's hitting .370 with no home runs. And M. Lievo, first baseman, again, 2 first basemen up on the notable players. But Lievo is got great power, better than average connection, and suffers with speed a little bit. But he's hitting 400 with 1 home run. I'm sorry, Tommy.
Yeah, whichever first baseman they go with, they're getting at least a .370 batting average.
Yeah, and we saw that kind of the same thing in the last game against the Crocodiles when they had 2 catchers. And they found a way to get that second catcher into the mix. I believe Leonari was playing first base. So her secondary position was first base. So they found a way to work them both into the lineup.
Tell me about the Overdogs mobile players, Pete, other than the fact that they're all ladies.
Yes, sir. Notable players, Rhonda Horn at third base is off to an amazing season. Great power. Better than average connection and great speed. She's hitting .448 on the season with 2 home runs. Kasha Emin, after sitting for 2 games, has exploded in 2 games.
Yeah.
She's got better than average power, great connection, and amazing speed. She's hitting .391 with a home run. That home run coming in as a grand slam. She hit a grand slam. So, and then we got Marsha Brown in right field again. Great power, great connection, great speed. She's hitting .313 with 2 home runs herself. So, yeah, the notable players for the Overdogs, that's 5 home runs right there on the board. So
right there. Looking at the starting lineup for today's game, Elroy, it's basically the starting lineup on paper at the beginning of the season. You got Elroy Action at second base, who's locked in. You got Kasha Emin at shortstop, who's on fire, like you said. Rhonda Horn at third base, also on fire. Anton Goodwood's the only one who's playing kind of average right now, even though his batting average is like through the roof. behind the plate there. Marsha Brown in right field, she's locked in. You got Roberto Gonzalo at first base, he's locked in now. He's on a little bit of an uptick. Robin Yu in left field, who's I think always locked in. He's locked in.
Yeah, solid performer.
Yvette Victorino in center field, also locked in. Larry LaJoy, the pitchers just can't be locked in because they have to sit for 3 games. He hasn't played in 3. But
he's been locked out.
He's got all right velocity, pretty good junk, and some pretty good accuracy as well. He's the left throwing pitcher, one of the left throwing pitchers for them, and he has a 4-finger, a curveball, a slider, what's SB? Screwball, and a changeup.
He's a screwball.
He's a little
At least
nutty.
that's what his teachers used to say.
Yeah, class clown. All right, looks like we're going to throw it down to the field, Pete, for our last game of this home game stretch. This is the Wideloads are the last team that we've yet to see on the field. This is our first experience with them.
Swagger Center, getting ready to play baseball.
I smell the hot dogs. The popcorn.
I don't think you're broadcasting. All right, the Wideloads got Friedman batting first at second base, Hicks at first base, Liner in third base, Gaspar shortstop, Hobbs in center field, Royds in right field, Peterson in left field, Strauss catching, and Bourbonnais on the ball. Janus, Friedman, Darcy Hicks, and Hack Liner going to face off against Larry LaJoy in the first inning. LaJoy with a 3.97 ERA. Wow. That's something. Ooh, nice uniforms. Janus Friedman's hitting 182 on the season. Must be trying to keep that uniform clean. The ground ball that a pitcher picks it up. LaJoy makes the throw, and Friedman is retired for 1 out. Darcy Hicks.
I like that one pitch, 1 out thing.
That is good. Yes, that's a good way to start the game. LaJoy will be able to go deep if he can keep it up. That one's a little low. Ball 1. 1-0. 1 out. Swing, pop, fly into right field. Marsha Brown's calling. Pulls it in for the second out. 2 outs on 3 pitches. Hack Liner, 267 on the season with a home run and 4 RBIs. 2 batters down in the top of the first. Wideloads in the Overdogs. Boom! That one's hit. That one's hit high and deep. Oh, home run. I hit the wrong button. Home run. I was trying to jump. I think I could have got that. 351 feet for H. Liner. Second home run of the season and 5th RBI. Oh well. Chino Gaspar hit 290 with a home run and 6 RBIs. These Wideloads, they can go deep on a moment's notice. Wideloads with a 1-0 lead.
Kind of put that one in a too good of a spot.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1. There we go. Ground ball to Rafael Gonzalo, who takes it himself. Steps on first to retire the sides. 1 hit, 1 run for the Wideloads. They take a 1-0 lead in the bottom, going into the bottom of the first. Elroy action. Kasha Emmon and Rhonda Horn looking to tie things up against Bourbonnais, who's got an ERA of 6.75. Elroy action hitting 294 on the season with a home run and 3 RBIs.
Absolutely.
It is. That one's outside. Ball 1. Smash.
Oh, what a grab.
A leaping catch by the second baseman for the first out.
Giannis Friedman playing out of his head. Kasha Emmon on fire. I didn't catch her batting average, but who cares, man? Flames coming off her bat. She takes the first one in there for a strike, going 1 the count. Second one's a little bit inside, 1 apiece. Emmon slams that one off to the right side. That's a souvenir, 1 and 2. Oh, and she goes down fanning on 4 pitches.
Rhonda Horn steps in. She's on fire. She's in 448, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs on the season. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Shot up the middle into center field, a clean single.
All right, Dogs, get somebody on here. Now we got Anton Goodwood coming up here, smiling under his mustache. He's hitting .615 on the season, 4 RBIs, and he's got a quick runner at first base. First pitch comes in, there's a strike, 0-1 the count. Second pitch, and there she goes. And there's the throw, and she's safe. Way to steal.
Way to be out there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hits that one just the shortstop. They're going to pick up and throw him out at first, but he advances the runner. Doesn't matter. Third out. I wasn't paying attention.
Coming up in the top of the second, Wade Hobbs, Ella Royds, and Olaf Bierson. LaJoy threw 6 pitches in that first inning, gave up 1 hit. His ERA has gone to 4.38.
Now batting.
It's okay. He'll get it back. Wade Hobbles comes in. He's hitting .286 with 2 home runs. Hobbles is a power hitter as Pete drops change in the booth. Oh, and he couldn't quite get that. Oh, luckily that's foul. Wow, he hit that down the right field side pretty strong.
That's my milk money.
Oh, my God.
Mom says I can get milk today.
Top of the second here. That one's on the outside corner. Outfield's going deep on Hobbs here.
Oh, no.
One apiece. And he crushes that one, but luckily, oh, that's off the top of the wall. And he's going to get into second base without too much trouble. A double. I don't know what Pete was saying oh no for.
Now batting. Number 35.
Elroyd's.
Pitch did not go where it was supposed to.
Elroyd's hitting 2-something. Just keeping an eye on second base. Royds is also a power hitter, and she shows her power by hitting that one way up, close to Mars. And they're going to hold him at second base, luckily. Good catch out there in right field by Kachama.
Now batting. Number 20.
Orloff.
Left fielder.
Beerson, the left fielder's only hitting 150. But Beerson has a lot of power as well. So you don't want to throw meat. There's the meat. No, I'm kidding. Oh, no. No. Throws the wrong base and still gets him. Oh, my God. Through to second, back to first in time. I guess Beerson's not that speedy.
I was going to say, Pearson ain't going to win no races, I'll tell you that.
Harmony Strauss, the catcher, is I forgot her average. I missed it. But Harmony's also a power hitter.
3.
So you got to be careful.
3.
2 outs. She clicks that one foul down the right field side. She's a left-handed batter. Foul, 0-1 the count. That one comes a little too close inside. She lets it go. Ball, 1 apiece. That one's hit outside. Ooh, diving block by the shortstop. And it's going to be a single. And the Wideloads score another run there.
Number 4, the pitcher.
Jump out to an early 2-0 lead, Tommy.
Yeah, Chug Burbity up here now, the pitcher. Chug Burbity's not a great hitter. LaJoy getting ready to throw his 15th pitch right here. Let's go. It's inside. Ball 1. Slow runner at first base. Not much to worry about. Swing and a miss on that second pitch. Strike 1. 1 apiece. Top of the second. 2-0 Wideloads here at the Swagger Center in Santa Monica, California. That one has popped up behind the mound. LaJoy's going to grab it himself and in this side.
All right. But they put another one on there. Extend the lead 2-0 on 3 hits. Overdogs with no runs but 1 hit. Marsha Brown, Rafael Gonzalo, and Robin Yu going to get a first look at Bourbonnais, who's thrown 10 pitches. He's got 1 strikeout and give up 1 hit.
Now batting. Number
Marsha Brown's hit
49,
.313 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs on the season. Looking down at Bourbonnais. First offering's in there for a strike. Strike 1. Smash into the gap between first and second base. Standing on first.
All
with
right.
a leadoff single. Way to go.
I like to see that. Here comes Gonzo.
Me too.
Rafael Gonzalo hitting .364. The first baseman for the Dogs. Takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Strike 1. Second pitch, and there goes, the runner, but he pops that one foul down the right side. Third pitch is in there for a ball as well. There she goes again. And he fouls that one off left again. I think she's going to stop running here. He's 1-2. Hits that one down the left field line, just foul. Taking a lot of pitches, Gonzalo. Oh, and he swings at a bad one, high and inside. And down goes Gonzalo.
Now batting.
Robin Yu stepping in. Hit .516, a home run, 7 RBIs. Rhonda Horn. Is it Rhonda Horn at first? First one's flared out to the third baseman who makes the catch. Safe. Horn is able to get back in time.
Now batting.
But that, again, these Wideloads, this infield of the Wideloads, they can play some D.
Yvette Victorino comes up. She's hitting .500. She crushes that one to deep center field, right into the glove of Wade Hobbs. And the side.
Oh, okay. Coming up top of the third, Giannis Friedman, he's 0 for 1. Darcy Hicks is 0 for 1. Hack Liner, 1 for 1 with a home run. LaJoy's thrown 17 pitches, giving up 3 hits. His ERA has bounced up to 4.72. Friedman's 0 for 1 in the day. He's hitting 174. He's hitting 174. Mom says when I get going talking too fast, sometimes I lose control. That first one's a ball one. That one's in there for a called strike. 1-1. Wideloads with a 2-0 lead in the top of the third. That one's a little low outside. All 2-1. Janos Friedman is feeling tense. Has not been hitting well this season. That one's out. Elroy action in shallow right field makes the grab to retire Friedman. 1 out. Darcy Hicks is 0 for 1. Hitting .357 on the season. He's feeling neutral about the whole thing. That one's in there for a called strike. Strike 1. Swing. Popped. Fly ball into right center field. And Marsha Brown is able to get under it and retire.
The third
Hicks. Hackliner hit the home run in the first inning to give the Wideloads the lead. Smash! Oh! Off of Elroy action into center field. Yvette Victorino picks it up and throws it in quickly, holding Liner to a single. 2 outs. Man on first. Chimo Gaspar. He's 0 for 1 with a .281 average. Liner's got some speed over there. First, they're going to have to keep an eye on him. First pitch is inside. Ball 1. 1-0, 2 outs. Pitch out. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Liner standing at first. That's ball 3. Joyce put himself into a bad situation here. He's got to throw something in the zone. 3-0. That one's a shot.
Oh, just over the head of Robin Yu in left field.
Just over the head. Off the wall. He gets it into third to prevent the run from scoring, but now there's men on first and third. 2 outs. Wade Hobbs steps in. He's locked in. Watches that first one go by for a cold strike. 0-1. That one's fouled off along the first baseline. Hobbs is quickly in the hole. 0-2. Shot the Elroy action. Picks it up. Makes the throw to first to retire the sides. There we go. Larry LaJoy's first at bat. Elroy action. And Kasha Emin going to try and get things going against Burboni, I'm sorry. He's thrown 20 pitches with 2 strikeouts and given up 2 hits.
I gotta say it's tough pitching against those guys, but they got so much power.
Yeah, one mistake and they can park that out on the. Larry LaJoy's hitting .333 on the season. Puts that shot into right field, and Royds is able to chase it down.
Barely. She wasn't ready for the hit all the way out there.
Yeah, they were cheated in on it. They didn't believe the pitcher could hit.
Elroy Action's 0 for 1 today. He takes the first pitch into the ball. Second one, he hits high and inside, and he clubs it. That's gone, Pete. He hits that one into the bench, and they're going nuts out here. 376 feet off the wall. Action's second home run and 4th RBI of the season, and the Dogs are on the board, Pete.
Way to go, Elroy.
Now batting number 39.
Kasha Emin. Boy, I never thought I'd say that as a grown-up. Way to go, Elroy. 1 out. First pitch is caught ball. That one's in there between third and short. And she's in there with a clean single. Kasha Emin standing at first. Rhonda Horn.
She's 1 for 1 with a single, and this is good. She's on fire as well. So these are the ladies you want to see. And there goes Emin. And there's the pitch. And they don't get her. She steals second. All right, Dogs are in scoring chance here to get this game tied up. But one swing of the bat by Horn here could put them ahead. And there it is, but she hits it foul. Strike. 2-1 the count. She crushes that one foul as well. 2-2. Full or even count, top of the third. That one's down the right field line, but the first baseman gets it for the second out, and they got a runner at third.
Now batting number
Anton Goodwood, he's 0 for 1 on the day. He's hitting .593 on the season with 4 RBIs. Emin standing at third. First offering's in there low. Ball 1. shot between the third baseman and shortstop for a clean single. Goodwood standing at first. Kasha Emmon crosses the plate. We got a tie game, Tommy.
We do. And here comes Marsha Brown, who's 1 for 1 with a single. And she's got Goodwood at first base. Goodwood's a fast runner for someone who's so big. Takes the first pitch in their ball. 1-0 the count. The second one she hits straight to the shortstop. He's going to throw her out at first to end the side.
But that's okay. Overdogs put 2 on the board. It's all knotted up. 2 runs apiece, 5 runs apiece. And we got Ella Royds, Olaf Bierson, and Harmony Strauss going to come up against LaJoy, who's thrown 31 pitches and giving up 5 hits.
I'm going to get a slice of Vertigo's pizza, Pete.
There you go. I'm going to have me a mega burger and wash it down with a super gravy go.
Ella Royds comes up to the plate. The right fielder. I don't know what her average is, but she's got a ton of power. And she hits that one off the inside of the bat foul. She could have hit that one hard enough for a home run. Royds she's positioned to hit one out. You could even see foul ball. Finally they call it there. 0-2. You could see Royds as the pitch is coming in. Her eyes light up. She is looking for that pitch. Fools her on that one, and it's going to action at second base, who scoops it up, throws it to Gonzalo for the first out.
All right.
Now batting, number 20, the left fielder.
Olaf Bierson.
Bierson 0 for 1, only hitting 143. Olaf's a power hitter, but he's not doing that great right now. First pitch in there, hits that down the first base line. Gonzalo's going to run it down for the second out.
Now batting, number 42, the catcher.
Harmony Strauss is 1 for 1 with a single and an RBI, so Strauss he's got to be careful with. LaJoy throwing his 36th pitch. There's a curveball in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Top of the fourth. 2-2. That one she's crushes right back past the mound. Oh, and she's in trouble getting it as Victorino throws it to him at second. Shortstop covering second. I don't know who's there. Sorry.
Now batting,
So runner at first.
number 4, the pitcher.
Chuck Bourbony 0 for 1. No speed at first base. They don't have to worry about it. It's a medium pressure situation because you never can tell. But first pitch on the inside corner, ball 1 to Bourbony. 1-0 the count. Second one's in there. Action's going to grab it. Oh, and he couldn't get it to second base in time. Boy, she must have had a lead there. They got runners at first and second. Now all of a sudden this is tough. Giannis Friedman, the second baseman's 0 for 2, but he's tense. So we got that working for us. Plays at third base. 40th pitch from LaJoy is inside. LaJoy's still got a lot of gas in the tank, though. Second one's in there, curveball for a strike. 1 apiece. Third one's inside. And boom, coming back up here, Pete. That's another foul ball. 1-2. Swing and a miss on the outside corner strike. That's how you want to end the side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rafael Gonzalo, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Robin, you 0 for 1. And Yvette Victorino, 0 for 1. They're going to get a second chance at Bourboni, who's thrown 35 pitches with 2 strikeouts and 5 hits.
Now
I'm
batting,
hoping he's got a lot of pitches in there now, and maybe he's worn out.
I hope so. He's Gonzalo's 0 for 1, hitting 353. That's the thing is, these Overdogs got to be careful they don't start jumping on first pitches.
Yeah.
Very quickly, it's 1-1. That one's ground ball to the shortstop, picks up, makes the throw to first to retire Gonzalo.
now batting,
1 out.
number 3,
Robin Hughes
the
locked
left
in.
fielder.
He's 0 for 1 today. Still, average is 500. So Hughes excited to be at the plate to show him what he could do. Cracks that one into center field. Hobbs picks it up off the skip. And there's a signal for you.
All right.
Now batting,
Yvette Victorino,
number
0
20,
for 1.
the
She's hit
center
481 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. She is the only Overdog on the home run league leaders with 3. Smash to the pitcher for 1 and over to first. I'm sorry. The pitcher picked up, spun through to second, and the relay up to first for the double play. So 3 outs. Darcy Hicks, Heck Liner, and Chimo Gaspar coming up. Liner is 2 for 2 with a home run. So
Dogs are struggling at the back of their hitting rotation there.
a little bit, yeah. We need to get those bats going. They seem to have gone silent a little bit. Darcy Hicks, feeling neutral. Was fooled by that one. Just got enough of it to foul it off along first baseline. 0-1. Shot.
Oh, 2 misses. Second baseman misses, and then right field, and there's a stand-up double.
Whoa, that was a little bit of a misplay in right field.
The third base.
I think they put all their money into the diving Elroy action. When that didn't work out, things kind of went south. But, yeah, double. That one's in there for a called strike. Strike one. 1 out. No outs. Man on second, sorry. Popped up.
No. Nobody's there. That ball bounces in right field and it lands in safe, and they're going to get another run. And that's another stand-up double. Two doubles back to back.
Back to back. I thought they were going to give me action.
Number 16.
Chimo Gaspar, 1 for 2 with a single. Another double. That was kind of a weird, another fluke play. The thing just kind of hung up there, and nobody was able to get underneath it. So that one's in there for a called strike. Strike one. No outs. Man on second. Again, the Wideloads were able to tack another one on. Another high fly ball.
Hey, way to grab it, Robin. It's foul, but you picks it up. And makes the out.
Wade Hobbs, 1 for 2 with a double. Seems to be 1 out, man on second. First one pitched by LaJoy is in there too high. All 1. 1-0. Shot to Elroy action.
Oh, and he jumps past it again. That's the second one, and Elroy's missed by overdiving. And they throw that one home too late, and there's another run.
Oh, my. Okay, we're having our problems in the field here. Elroy's coming up. No, 1 out, man on second. There's 2 runs across the plate, so the Wideloads are up 4-2. There's been some sloppy play in the field there, Tommy. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 0-1.
There's another single out in right field. And
connection problems.
Boy, the Wideloads are putting it together here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They got runners on first and second. 1 out. Bierson. Gonzalo is able to pick it up and run to first base and make the second out. Wow, this is strange. Second and third, 2 outs. Wideloads with that 4-2 lead. Top of the 5th. Harmony Strauss steps in. First offering from LaJoy's in there for a called strike. Strike one. A little inside. Ball one. 1-1.
Come on, fans, relax.
Elroy action picks it up, makes the throw to first to retire the sides. Like to see the Overdogs get a handle on this defense. The Wideloads take a 2-run lead, 4-2. Larry LaJoy, Elroy action, and Kasha Emmon. They're going to face off against Borboni, who's thrown 41 pitches so far in the game. LaJoy's 0 for 1, but he's hitting 250 with an RBI.
He is. Not a bad hitter for a pitcher. Takes the first pitch right in there, and somehow just misses it. Strike one. 0-1 the count. Second pitch in there for a strike. He's quickly behind the curve. Third one, he gets right back to the mound. Borboni guns him down at first. Quick out.
1 out. Elroy action. 1 for 2 with a home run and an RBI. He's hit 306 on the season with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. First offering is hit to the shortstop. Makes the grab, throws over first to retire action. 2 outs.
Well, this is going too quick here, but here comes Kasha Emmon. 1 for 2 with a single. She's on fire. Emmon could do something here. We just want to get. She can get within 1.
No.
Oh, that's a running bunt down the third baseline. Heck, Liner throws her out at first base. 1, 2, 3.
That was a defensive swing of anything, but 4-2 into the top of the 6th. Chug Borboni, Giannis Friedman, and Darcy Hicks. Hicks is 1 for 3 with a double.
Now bat, number 4.
Borboni is feeling neutral. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
And he's got no batting average. Top of the 6th, 4-2 Wideloads. Low pressure situation.
He's got no class.
LaJoy, yeah. It was his 58th pitch, and that's going to be caught by Rhonda Horn, the third baseman, just right in the bag for the first out.
Now batting, number 14, the second base.
Giannis Friedman's 0 for 3. He's usually a pretty good power hitter, but he's a little bit tense out there today. But he crushes that one. Action makes another dive and again misses it. But there's a signal, and there he goes. Cleans up his batting average.
Now batting, number 27, the first baseman.
1 for 3 with a double.
Yes. And he's a power hitter as well. Outfield's going to play deep on him. Curveball. It pops that one up. Uh-oh. He pops that one up into left field. Oh, no, and they missed the catch. Oh, couldn't time that one right. And you're just not seeing it in the field from the Dogs today, Pete. There's another single.
Number 12.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like the outfielders are always playing too far back. They got so far to run to try and get these out.
And they just sent him back on that one, so they didn't know he was going to pop that one up from shallow. Now Hackliner's on fire, and he's 3 for 3. And they're going to go for the second out. I don't know why they didn't go to third.
Now batting, number 16.
So there you go. That's something that just happened. Okay, here comes Chimo Gaspar, the shortstop. First pitch, it's inside, coming up to it. And finally, Marshall Brown makes that catch, gets out of that side. Wow. 12 hits, though.
I was going to say, anything into the outfield is dangerous. Rondo Horn, 1 for 2. Anton Goodwood, 1 for 2. And Marshall Brown, 1 for 2. Berboni, 46 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 6 hits with an ERA of 5.82. So he's bringing that down, Tommy.
All right, Dogs. Come on, Dogs. You got to put something together here for offensively. Rondo Horn's 1 for 2. Sorry.
Rondo Horn's 1 for 2 with a single, as my partner was just saying. She's on fire, though. First one's a strike. Second one's fouled off along the third baseline. Horn's in the hole, 0-2. High pop-up in foul territory along the first baseline.
She had no business swinging at that.
Now batting, number 15.
Being too tentative.
Anton Goodwood's 1 for 2. Goodwood, come on, get on the base here. Takes his first pitch in there low. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Second one's high and outside. Ball 2. 2-0. That one's in there for a strike. Come on, fans, relax. 2-1. 3-1. Every pitch is coming in here, rapid fire. Swing hits a foul, 3-2. Defensive swing, pops that one up down the right side, and that's going to go foul. Souvenir way back. That one he hits right up the middle. Good hit in there by Goodwood. Made him throw a lot of pitches, and he's going to make it comfortably to first.
All right, Goodwood, let's get something going. Marshall Brown, 1 for 2 with a single. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, hitting .324. That one's fouled off. 0-1. Fouled off. Third baseman making a play, just can't out of his reach. 0-2. All right. Goodwood has stolen second.
Oh!
Called strike 3.
Oh, she didn't like that call.
I
thought it was a little high.
It seemed a little high.
Rafael Gonzalo is 0 for 2. This is a good time for him to make something back here. Hits that one foul down the left side. 0-1 the count. There goes Goodwood. And they're going to get him at third. The third out. They couldn't steal that third base. Doggone.
Wideloads holding on to that 4-2 lead going into the top of the 7th. Wade Hobbs, Elleroyds, and Olaf Bierson. LaJoy's thrown 64 pitches with 1 strikeout and given up 12 hits.
Might be it for LaJoy here. They might be going to the bullpen. And yeah,
Hobbs is 2 for 3 with a double and a single, so he's hitting pretty well today.
He sure is. Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go with Mr. Diggler here.
David Diggler coming out. Wild thing. Diggler throws a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, and a slider. He's feeling neutral. He's got better than average velocity. He's got better than average jump, but his accuracy is lacking at times.
At times.
He's coming in against Wade Hobbs, 2 for 3. Hobbs watches the first pitch come in for a called strike, 0-1. Fooled him completely on that one. And Hobbs is quickly in the hole, 0-2. No outs, top of the 7th. Wideloads with a 2-run lead. That's a called third strike, and Hobbs is going to take a seat.
Now batting number 35.
Elleroyds, 1 for 3 with a single. Getting her first look at David Diggler, who's thrown 3 pitches. Put him down with 3 pitches.
Ooh, she liked that one, though. And that one's in the left center.
Gap. A double for Royds.
Now batting
Olaf Bierson. He's 0 for 3, hitting 130. 1 out. Royds at second does not have a lot of speed. First pitch is fouled off. Olaf Bierson, 0-1. Allen's in there for a called second strike. Bierson's in the hole. 0-2. 1 out. This would be a huge get. And he gets him swinging. Strike 3. Diggler is loving it. 2 outs.
42.
Royd at second with no speed, and Harmony Strauss stepping in. She's 2 for 3 on the day herself. These Wideloads can hit.
They can, and they will.
2 outs. Popped it straight up behind home plate. The catcher is out. Goodwood is back. Makes the catch to retire the sides. 3 outs. Score remains the same, 4-2. Rafael Gonzalez 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Robin Hughes 1 for 2, and Yvette Victorino's 0 for 2. Berboni has thrown 62 pitches with 3 strikeouts, giving up 7 hits.
Batting number 10, the first baseman.
Gonzalo. Okay, Olaf Bierson, the left fielder. He's going to get pulled in favor of Jules Bergman. Jules Bergman is going to come into play left field. Bergman has better than average speed. He's a little lacking in fielding, and he's got about an average arm. So shots to left field may be extra bases. Gonzalez steps in. First one offering's high. Ball 1. Shot into center field. That's going to be a clean single for Gonzalo, who's standing at first base.
Good to see him get there.
Single. Yes, sir.
Now
Yes, sir.
batting number 3, the left fielder.
Robert Yu 1 for 2 with a single. Still hitting .515 this year. First pitch popped up down the left side. It's foul, and they're racing for it, but they're not going to get it. Thankfully, foul ball there. 0-1 the count. Second pitch, he smashes that down the right side. 0-2, and there it goes. There goes the runner. They're not going to get the double play. They get the first out, but good job taking off early.
Definitely good hit and run. Yvette Victorino, she's 0 for 2 on the day. We got to get her back going as well. 1 out.
Ooh.
Wait. Strike 1. Slow roller to the second baseman, picks it up, throws it over to first to retire Victorino, but Gonzalo is now standing at third, 90 feet away.
The problem is now we got 2 outs with the pitcher at the plate. We got a runner in hitting position, but that goes straight to Hackliner at third base for the 3rd out.
3rd out. All right, Wideloads, 4 runs on 13 hits. The Overdogs, 2 runs on 8. Chug Berboni, Janus Friedman, and Darcy Hicks. Friedman 1 for 4, and Hicks is 2 for 4. Chug Berboni is 0 for 3. And he does not. Oh, they're going to pull Berboni here for a pinch hitter. Chug Berboni will be replaced by Clutch Corman, a backup catcher. Corman has average power, great contact, and average speed.
He does.
Oh.
Infield's going to guard the lines here on him. Pitch inside, ball 1. 1-0 count, top of the 8th, 4-2 Loads. He hits that curveball up the middle. And they're going to hold him up at first for a single on the second pitch.
Okay.
Now batting
Janus Friedman.
14,
He's
the
tense.
second baseman.
He's 1 for 4 though with a single. 5th time at bat. There's a lot in the bat. He takes that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Plays at second. Infield playing the double play. Outfield's playing normal on Janus. Curveball he gets over the first and second, the double play.
All right,
Now
Overdogs.
batting number 27, the first
That's
baseman.
always fun to see.
It is. It is. It's exciting to watch a double play in action there. That's for sure.
Darcy Hicks comes up. He's 2 for 4. Diggler throws that one inside. 1-0 the count. Second one's right in there. Rising ball. Swings and misses. Strike. 1 apiece. Ooh, gets the slider, I think, in there. Swing and miss. Strike 2. 1-2. He could play with him. He does. Doesn't get him chasing, though. Hicks is a little more cautious than that. David Diggler's throwing his 17th pitch right here. That one's way inside. Ball 3. Sorry, 3-2. Full count. Top of the 8th. He's got one more pitch to go. It's the curveball. Hits straight to Rhonda Horn, who's going to get him out easy at first base for the 3rd. That was a good inning.
That was good, yes. Clutch Corman, who did his job and got on base but was doubled off, is going to be replaced by Rogan Ball. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
Rogan Balls is coming in, the closing pitcher. He's got a four-seam fastball, a cut fastball, and a curveball. Heading into the bottom of the eighth, Elroy Action, Kasha Emmon, and Rhonda Horn coming up against Balls. Action, 1 for 3. Emmon, 1 for 3. And Horn, 1 for 3. They're going to have to get some... get the bat on the ball. And Balls has a 0 ERA. So... All right, we're going to have some more changes here. Darcy Hicks, the first baseman, will be replaced by Masha Danga. Masha Danga. Masha Danga has average speed, less than average fielding. There's a surprise why you would put somebody in who's a defensive liability, although Hicks isn't very good either, and a better than average arm. So M. Donga is now at first base. First offering from Balls is low for a ball.
Oh, no.
Top fly in foul territory, and Donga makes the catch for the first out.
And here comes Kasha Emmon on fire. 1 for 3 with a single. I'd like to see her go 2 for 4 with a home run. How's that sound, Pete? Put this game within
Sounds
1.
good.
That one comes in a little bit low. The sidearm pitcher Balls. Ooh, check swing was a strike there. 1 apiece. That one's drifting outside. She pushes it down the first base line. Donga gets it and throws it to Balls, who makes the second out.
Now batting, number 20.
Rhonda Horn, 1 for 3 with a single, hitting .438, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Need to get something going against Balls. That first one's fouled off along the third baseline. 0-1.
Oh.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was a little late. 0-2. Ground ball to the second baseman. Picks it up, flips it over to first to retire the side. Tommy, what is happening?
They can't get those hits today.
Hack Liner, Chimo Gaspar, and Wade Hobbs going to come up against Diggler. Diggler has thrown 18 pitches with 2 strikeouts, giving up 2 hits.
Now batting.
Hack Liner, 3 for 4, a home run, a double, a single, and 2 RBIs. All he needs is a triple, and he will have hit for the cycle.
I'm telling you. Not good.
Holy cow. Okay, Diggler offers up the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Liner stands in. That one's hit hard.
That was the pitch he wanted.
1-1. Yes, sir. Just got out in front of it. Popped it up high into left center field.
Oh.
And it's over the wall. It's a 2 home run day for Hack Liner. 404 foot. That's his 3rd home run and 7th RBI of the season.
Now batting.
Chimo Gaspar.
The shortstop.
He's coming up, Chimo Gaspar. Tommy G considering a substitution.
Now pitching, number 31.
Braun Thunderchump, the relief pitcher coming in. He's got a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, and a changeup. He's got average velocity, better than average junk, and a little bit better than average accuracy. He'll be facing off against Chimo Gaspar. That one was anticipated.
And again.
Just past a diving Elroy Action to center field. Yvette Victorino picks it up and gets it into second base, quickly holding Gaspar to a double.
Now batting.
Wade Hobbs, 2 for 4 with a double and a single and an RBI. Wideloads with a 5-2 lead in the top of the 9th inning. That one had Hobbs fooled. It's in there for a called strike. Strike 1. Popped it up into left field.
Oh, jumps and misses off the wall, and he couldn't find it. It was behind him after he came off the wall.
Yeah. All right, so a double for Hobbs as, the ball kind of got lost out there. We got men at second and third with 1 out. No outs, I'm sorry. Second and third with no outs. Wideloads with a 5-2 lead. That first offering is inside. Ball 1-0. Oh, foul. Just foul along the first baseline. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Elroy falls behind. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big strikeout for Thunder.
Now
Blunder
batting,
chum.
number 29, the left fielder.
Thunder Chump. There he is. Thunder Chump. 5-2. Wideloads. 1 out. Jules Bergman steps in. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Strike 1. Thunder Chump is cool as a cucumber out there. That one's a little outside. Hoping to get Bergman to chase. 1-1. That one's a swinging bunt, but stayed foul. 1-2 again. Thunder Chump out in front of Bergman. 1-2 with 1 out. Popped it up behind home plate, but that's out of play. 1-2 still. Bergman took over in left field. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Thunder Chump.
Hey.
Thunder Chump.
Now batting, number
Thunder Chump.
42, the catcher.
2 outs. Top of the 9th, 5-2. Men on second and third. Braun Thunder Chump looking in at Strauss, who swings and misses the first offering. That's 0-1. That one's fouled off. 0-2. That's exactly how Thunder Chump likes to work. Get them to foul themselves off 2 strikes and then put it past it.
Oh, no.
That one's into the outfield. And we're going to get 2 more runs scoring across the plate. Making the score 7-2
Now
in the top of the
batting,
9th.
number 47, the pitcher.
2 outs. Man on first. Royds. Royds does not have any speed, so should probably will stay there.
Oh, that ball's hit the open spot again, and another miscommunication in left field.
Another one. I'm telling you, what is going on?
The second baseman.
All right, 2 outs. Men on first and third. Neither of them have any speed. It's 7-2. Braun Thunderstrom. That's called strike. Boy, this is uncharacteristic for these Overdogs. Anything hitting the outfield, it's just been a problem.
This has turned it into the opposite kind of a day they had the other day.
Yes. Yeah.
Number 25.
8-2. Wideloads as Royd crosses the plate on that single. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Wideloads with a 6-run lead, 8-2. Men on first and second, 2 outs. Braun Thunderchump is getting the hook. We're going to bring in Doug Nerdward, the closing pitcher. Nerdward throws a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, and a changeup. And he's going to try and close this out. Let's get this one. That one was inside. Ball 1-0. Masha Donga swings and misses. Evens up the count, 1-1. That one's in there for a called second strike. Donga falls behind, 1-2. Nerdward throwing his 4th pitch here. Ground ball to Elroy action. Picks up, makes the throw to Gonzalo at first to retire the sides, but they hang 4 on the Overdogs in the top of the 9th. Anton Goodwood, 2 for 3. Marsha Brown, 1 for 3. And Rafael Gonzalo, 1 for 3. Going to face off against Rogan Balls.
Now batting.
Rogan Balls,
the catcher.
who's thrown some pitches. 8 pitches.
He has. Goodwood, I think, is, I want to say 2 for 3. First one's out there, ball 1 on the outside corner, 1-0 the count. That one's high inside, and Goodwood smashes it to left field. That's gone, Pete. Again, another one into the bullpen there. And there's a home run for Mr. Goodwood. 374 foot. His first home run, his 6th RBI of the season. Way to go, Goodwood. He's doing his part, Pete.
Well, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, Tommy. Marsha Brown, 1 for 3 with a single. She's hitting .314, and she can go yard if she wants as well. That one's inside. That one's high. 2-0. Balls seems to be suffering a little bit with his accuracy. There's a shot up the middle into center field for a clean single. Marsha Brown standing at first.
I like what I'm seeing so far.
Me too. She's got some speed over there, Tommy. I think we've seen her steal a couple bases.
Here comes Ralphie Gonzo. He's locked in 1 for 3 on the day. Like to see him do something. And there she goes. Takes that first pitch to throw to second, and she's safe, Pete. We got a runner in scoring position. Gonzo pops that one up down the left side. She's going to have to go back, waving it off underneath the third baseman Hack Liner. Gets that first out.
Now batting.
Yes, sir. Robin Hughes steps in. 1 for 3 with a single. He's hitting 500 on the season. Marsha Brown at second. That first offering's low. Ball 1.
Second out there.
Yeah, a ground ball to the third baseman. Marsha Brown started, stopped, and then took off for third. Third baseman was able to throw out Robin Yu at first for the second out.
Victorino watches that first pitch outside, ball 1-0 count. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth is 8-3 Wideloads. Good watching there. 2-0. It's a 3-0 count. She's way ahead in the count. Takes that strike in there. Let's see what happens here. Comes Balls, throws that one straight, and she hits it right to the third baseman. The game's over, Pete.
Well, that's a letdown. Coming off of the big win over the Crocodons, and then you lose one team, being a 500 team like the Wideloads.
It was an exact opposite flop.
It was, and to be honest, it was all of the misplays in the outfield, which normally we don't see from the Overdogs. It was weird.
Yeah,
it was a weird
like
game.
you said, we might see one or so, but there was probably like a half a dozen where we just couldn't get the ball. Was either right in the perfect place, or we had that one. We had 2 fielders within 3 feet of the ball. I don't know if it was the sun or what it was.
Yeah, that was what got me. Was it a couple of times where, first of all, it felt like it felt like the person furthest from the ball was trying to get it, which didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then, like as you said, sometimes you'd wind up with a couple of people there, and you'd think you'd have it covered, and then it hits the ground. And you're like, what? Okay. So yeah, more errors in the outfield than we've seen, and I think, like you were saying, I think that's probably what led to it. I mean, how many of those doubles would we, if we would have caught that, would they come off the board?
And then statistically looking, I'm looking at Liner having a bang-up day for the Wideloads. 4 for 5. Hobbs was 3 for 5. Strauss 3 for 5. And between the 3 of them, was it 6 runs?
Yeah.
Those 3 batters.
Yeah, that's they did. Three. They had 3 hitters that really kind of beat us.
Meanwhile, we had Victorino, who's hitting 433. She went over 4 today.
Yeah, there was a couple of players. Yeah, I mean, Akasha Emmon, again, she's been on a tear the last 2 games. 1 for 4. Not so much. Rhonda Horn, 1 for 4. She didn't do much. Gonzo, 1 for 4. Robin Yu, 1 for 4. Victorino, 0 for 4. So yeah, we did not. We were not hitting the ball well today. Not at all. So
one little bit. Burbany, the pitcher for the Wideloads, throws 7 innings, gets 8 hits off him, 2 earned runs. He's got a 5.21 ERA. He gets the win. Balls comes in, throws 2 innings, gets 2 hits off him, 1 earned run. He's in 225.
Yeah, he was. 3 saves. So there you go. He was. Yeah, his delivery's a little strange. It's a little hard to kind of get a handle on. But over there for the Overdogs, Larry LaJoy went 6 innings, gave up 12 hits, 4 earned, had 1 strikeout, and gave up a home run. He leaves with an ERA of 4.67 and a record of 1-1. Digler came in. He put in 2 innings of work. He gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, and a home run. He left with a 4.15, and he's got a 1-0 record. Thunder Chump saw 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 hits. In 2/3 of an inning, he gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs.
That was bad.
And he had 2 strikeouts. And he left with a 7.71.
He's usually a dynamo out there, It's unexpected.
Yeah. And he's got a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 save. And then Nerdward, he pitched a 1/3 of an inning and didn't give up anything, so he locked it down. He's got a ERA 2.70 and 1 save. So for not characteristic. Normally we don't see that many pitchers for the Overdogs in one game, but it happens.
Yeah.
The first start of the game, Hack Liner, their third baseman, 4 for 5, 2 home runs, a double, 3 RBIs, and he scored 3 runs. So,
yes, he earned that first star for sure. No big surprise as a second star for the Dogs. Anton Goodwood had a bust-up day, 3 for 4, a home run, 2 RBIs, a run, and a stolen base.
Yeah, that's very good. I like seeing the Overdogs running. They're doing a lot more base stealing. And coming from where we came from, we didn't get any base stolen bases. So, rounding out the 3 stars, Harmony Strauss, catcher, first baseman. She was 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs, and she scored a run. So those are your 3 stars in the game. Again, game going to the Wideloads 8-4, right? Or 8-3. 8-3.
There you are. There you are. You got a couple home runs there.
Pretty close. Pretty close. I only had 4 hits. You had 6. I had the 2 home runs and 2 RBIs.
RBA.
RBA. See.
Post game. Sure.
Oh, well, that's not how you wanted to end the midway point.
Yeah, you know, you take out the 5 or 6 fielding mistakes, and this game's a close game. You know. Yeah. It was tough. Couldn't really read the ball. It was, and I know that first pitch, that first home run. Soon as he released the ball, it was like, yeah, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Starting high and inside and coming in right over the plate.
Yeah, and I really thought that I might have a shot at it if I could jump, and I hit the wrong button, so it just went, you know.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I think I might have been able to steal it from him, but I hit the button too soon. Because I like you were saying, I don't know if it's the jump up in the 2 points in the ego or what, but all of a sudden it's gotten a little bit more difficult to kind of figure out where the ball placement is in that outfield.
Yeah, that's true. All right, 7 games to talk about here, starting with the Buzzards and the ever strong Water Bullets. Pete?
The Water Bullets and the Buzzards. Water Bullets score first. They hold on to win 2-0.
Platypi, the Grapplers take it 3-2.
Moonstars and the Sawteeth Moonstars 2-0.
Coats and the Moose. Oh, and the Moose pull off the upset 6-10.
Burners and the Sirloins. Burners jump out to the Sirloins. Take it, though, in the end, 5-6.
Nemesis and the Crocs, who we saw last time. And the Nemesis take it 5-1. That's a surprise.
Blowfish and the Freebooters. Blowfish out to a 3-0 lead, and the Freebooters come back and win 5-7.
Hey, Booters.
Way to go, Booters. 6-3. That moves them into a two-way tie for first place with the Gold Coats.
It does. Yeah, we're at the halfway point in the season, and you're looking at the Beast Division, like you said. Those 2 teams are tied for first, followed by the Moose, the Herbisaurs, and the Wild Pigs. What about the Boss Division, Pete?
Boss Division, the Sirloins seem to have a pretty good control of first place. They are record 6-3. They've got a 2-game lead over the Burners and the Moonstars. Oh, I'm sorry, the Burners, Moonstars, and the Blowfish. Those teams are at 4-5, and like I say, 2 games out. And then rounding out the Boss Division, the Sawteeth, who are 3-6 and stand at 3 games behind the first place Sirloins. Over in the Mega Conference, Thomas, tell us about the Epic Division.
Well, I'll tell you about that. The Epic Division still has the dominant Water Bullets, who have only lost 1 game in the first half of the season. They're 8-1 with an 889.
Oh,
They've got a 3-game lead on the second place Wideloads, who are 5-4. That's followed by the Grapplers and the Bee-Wolves, and then you got at the very bottom the worst record in baseball right now, the Platypi, who are 2-7.
The Platypi, who are 2-7, 6 games out of first place, and they beat us. We are one of those 2 victories that they have on the season.
Yeah.
Well, down in the Monster Division, you're going to tell us how that's going?
Well, you get the Monster. I took the yeah.
All right. Well, in the Monster Division, our favorite team, the Overdogs, they're 6-3 and sitting alone in first place. But they are hot on the heels of the Nemesis and the Crocodons. They've got a 5-4 record, and they're both a game out of first place. The Buzzards at 4-5 sit 2 games behind, and the Arctics, who are the anemic Arctics, that should be their name, the anemic Arctics, are 3-6, and they're 3 games out. So again, we're at the halfway point, so technically nobody's out of it, but I think the Wild Pigs, the Sawteeth, the Platypi, and the Arctics are going to have a hard time trying to claw their way back into any sort of hunt.
I think it's interesting that 3 of the divisions, the lead team is 6-3 is the record for the Beast, the Boss, and the Monster divisions.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's funny though that the Water Bullets seem to be the B Wolves of this season. Last season it was the B Wolves who were just
who were the B Wolves of the season? Yeah.
Yeah.
The B Wolves.
But now you look at the B Wolves and they're 3-6, 5 games behind the Water Bullets, and just having a hard time.
Another thing I know, one thing to say about the Overdogs, it's a great place to be in at this half of the season. They're obviously leading division. They're in first place. That's one thing they got going from being last place last year. They played well, I think, against the teams in their division. They played well against the good teams. They've actually lost against some of the worst teams, except for the Wideloads. That was a tough loss there. But and they also have the second best run differential in the league, second only to the Gold Coats, who have a crazy plus 22.
Yeah. Plus 22, and they're only 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
And the Water Bullets, who are 8-1, plus 15, you would think that would be flipped, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, the schedule halfway down, and now they switched to being more on the road. Next week they're going to go see the B-Wolves in Colorado, and it'll be the first time we've been to Red Rock Park. First time I'll have ever stepped foot in that building. I've never been there, so that'll be interesting. And then they go out and face the Nemesis down in Hawaii, and then the Grapplers, wherever the heck they're from.
Ooh, I cannot wait to see the Nemesis in Hawaii. That's a beautiful stadium out there.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. So like you said, 9 on the road. Right? No, 6 on the road, 3 at home for the last 9.
Yes.
And we're gonna have to clean up some of that that defensive play in the outfield.
Well, last time the Overdogs played the B-Wolves, they won 6-2. So that's good, but on the other hand, the B-Wolves, who are 3-6, they have the opposite record. They're going to be looking to make a mark.
Yeah. And like I say, everything changes once you hit that midway point because, as we were saying, everybody's trying to get their spot for the playoffs and get rolling. So you may, even though we were making a little fun of those last place teams, it's not out of the realm that they can start to get things getting together and start to make a little bit of a run. So bad teams can always play spoiler. They can always ruin your season, so you got to be careful.
They can. One thing to sort of take some confidence in going to this next game is that at the halfway point, the Overdogs have 4 out of the top 10 best batting averages in the league, with Anton Goodwood, Robin Yu, Yvette Victorino, and Rhonda Horn. All hitting above 400.
Yeah, that is good. And runs batted in. RBI, Yvette Victorino's got 9 RBIs, and she's only 2 out of the lead, for the most RBIs in the league. So slugging percentage, you got the Yvette Victorino at 800 and Anton Goodwood at 767.
Anton Goodwood's got an on-base percentage of 633. He's the best hitter in the league.
He's got to be, yeah. I mean, on-base and slugging, he's 1,400.
Yeah.
Anton Goodwood's got 19 hits. He leads the league in hits.
Second 19. Only to Robin Yu.
Stolen bases, Anton Goodwood with 5, Marsha Brown with 4. They are second and third in the league.
Huh?
And Anton Goodwood's been caught twice stealing. So if he would have gotten those 2, he would have been in a 2-way tie for the first.
He's very subtle, the best player in the league right now.
Yeah.
You don't realize it when he stands up to the plate. He's so calm. Pitching for wins, Tarak Smith in the top 10 there with 2 wins. Earned run average, Tarak Smith also has 0.
Tied with the Herbistore's Dick Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rocket Ramon just makes the list with a 1. So he's the 10th guy on the list.
Ramon also has a whip.
Yep.
He's not afraid to use it.
That's right. And then walks per 9 innings. We got Chasey Kim with 0, Rocket Ramon with 0, 0.52 walks per 9 innings.
Look at the strikeout walk ratio. Chasey Kim leading the
15.
league.
Yeah. And Larry LaJoy with 12. I wish we'd have maybe some pictures over on the strikeout list. Grace Liponovich.
Yeah.
And Kay Frequent. Kay Frequent leading the league with 15.35.
Jeez.
Way to go, freebooters.
Yeah, yeah. And it feels like we throw a lot of strikeouts. So it's kind of funny we got nobody on the top 10, but
Yeah, well, we did. I think toward the beginning of the season, yeah, like we made jokes about how it seemed like they were averaging about 8 a game.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I think the last 2 or 3 games, which were kind of offensive explosions by both. I mean, we were saying 2 or 3 games in a row there where we had a combined 25 hits between us and the opposing team. I don't know if we were racking up as many strikeouts as we were at the beginning of the season.
I don't know. We'll have to ponder that until the next game. We're gonna have to hit the road. You and I gotta catch a flight to the Colorado area, and
That's it.
see you next at Red Rock Park. So until then, this is Tommy G. And that.
And just sorry.
Who's
Go
that
ahead.
over there?
Hiding behind the desk. It's PJ, and we're saying, hey, if you like it, like it. If you want more of it, subscribe to it. Otherwise, get out of here.